let's talk about meme coins, at least a little bit. But first, something that has nothing to do with crypto, really. But it took people by surprise this weekend, and I don't know what to think of it. But it looks like this ultimate cage fight may not be happening. Zuck is getting very frustrated at Elon and basically says it's time to move on because Elon is not serious about it. Now, I don't know what prompted this. Maybe because Elon was pissed off at Mark for creating threads and basically copying off of what's called X now. But it seems like ever since the very first tweets about fighting, and then we saw Elon spar with Lex Fridman, right? That was it. Elon really hasn't been doing all that much. And this screenshot was shared over the weekend. This one is actually a condensed one by Elon himself, but someone else shared like a longer version of this, which basically Elon was a text message Mark saying, hey, do you want to spar a little bit? Okay, I'm available or whatever. And the green is from Elon, the gray is from Mark. And Mark is, got frustrated with that and said, hey, if you want to do a real MMA, you should train on your own, not try to like spar with me, right? And I don't want to keep hyping something that'll never happen. And then you could see Elon then tweet out, I'll be Palo Alto on Monday. Let's fight in your octagon. Mark has an octagon in his backyard, right? And then he goes on and admits that I haven't been practicing much, but given our size difference, Elon thinks that he's going to win for sure. That's why he doesn't need to practice. That probably frustrated Mark even more because Elon basically assumes that he's just going to win because he's bigger. And then Zuck tweeted this on Threads today and basically called out Elon saying he's not serious. It's time to move on, right? And then he goes on and said, he's been trying to get a date from Elon. Dana White tried to make it a competition for charity. And then he complains that he needs surgery. And now he wants to do a practice round in my backyard, right? He's like, hey, if Elon ever gets serious, I'm here. Otherwise, I'm moving on. That's basically what it is. So I'm kind of disappointed by this. I know this has nothing to do with crypto, but pretty disappointed by this fact. I don't know what. I mean, Elon was the one that started, right? And I think everyone's rooting for Elon. I'm really rooting for Elon. So I wish this happens. This would be the greatest fight in history. The probably the most bought fight if they put it on pay-per-view. But doesn't seem like it's going to happen. But we'll see how Elon responds to this. Because he already tweeted out this whole thing about being in Rome and the Colosseum and everything. Like, why do all that if he's not going to go through with it? And it's going to look pretty embarrassing, too, if he decides to back out now. Anyways, just want to start out with that. Big news from the weekend. Doge, on the other hand, it's okay, but Doge has kind of become a blue chip, so to speak. Like, it really doesn't really move with the other memes, and everyone's still waiting for Elon to integrate Doge into X, come out with the X wallet, and do something else with Doge. But right now, Doge is like a blue chip, just sitting there, not really moving. I mean, 25% in the last 60 days isn't bad. 15%, there's somehow just updated to 18% after it heard me badmouth it. 18% for the last 30 days, I guess, isn't bad if you compare it to some of these other projects, right? But the market cap is just so much bigger. So that's why it's not going to be moving as much. Although SHIB is getting pretty close. SHIB, I've said this before, I think SHIB can pass up Doge. I really do think, because SHIB has a lot of utility. I've always said I like SHIB better than Doge, because Doge also has, it's like Pepe. There's like nothing to look forward to other than Elon's support, right? So we'll see. We'll see how this week goes for these memes. I saw this. One of the dApps on top of Hedera, or using Hedera, called Drop, which is a micro payment service, was actually added to the Federal Reserve service provider list. So they could actually, utilize FedNow, which I guess is good because it's the very first crypto company to get added, I guess, to be authorized to use FedNow. Okay, so that's good. That's why actually Hedera is up 16% today. But if you think about it, do we really want crypto companies to be powering FedNow or be involved with the Federal Reserve, right? I don't know if that's a good thing, because crypto is supposed to get away from anything centralized and anything that's created by governments and central banks, right? And we know CBDCs are not going to be good. CBDCs are going to be absolutely horrible. So I don't know how to take this news. If this is good news or bad news or both. I don't know, but I guess we'll take it as good news for now. If you're a Hedera holder, some of you guys are, you're up 16% because of this, right? But still, not sure this is ultimately what we want, right? And then lastly, SBF is heading to a Brooklyn jail, notorious for poor conditions. I don't think anyone's going to be sobbing over the poor conditions, but he is going to be heading to jail. He's no longer going to be able to just go online on the internet and do whatever he was doing, right? He's not going to be at the comforts of his parents' home. He'll be awaiting trial and preparing his defense from jail. So it actually happened. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Today looking not so good. Intuit's Alex Chris named new PayPal CEO. Ooh, PayPal is just, the previous CEO hasn't been there for that long. I wonder why they just switched. We know PayPal, controversial company, notorious for account lockouts and payment withdrawals being halted. But we know they just launched a new stablecoin. They're trying to get into crypto. But I wonder why they're getting a new CEO. I don't know if he's crypto friendly or not. I don't know.